I'm Robert Evans, Sony Artisan of Imagery. In this video, you will learn about capturing great engagement shots. So once my client has signed a contract, the first thing I want to do is the engagement shoot. I personally love the engagement shoot because I feel it's a really great way for me to get to know my client even more than that first meeting. I get to watch them interact together. I get to see them as a couple. I encourage my clients to do their engagement shoots at least 90 days prior to the wedding because I don't want it to be something that they feel like they have to do. I want it to be something that they want to do. I encourage my clients to take me to a location that's important to them. It could be a place they got engaged or a first date, a first kiss. It doesn't have to be, but I do that for a couple of reasons. I do that so that I'm not taking my clients to the same pretty park that I shoot at all the time. And the other thing that does is that it makes those engagement images more important to them than if I were to take them to a park down the street, because we're doing them and we're involving them in something that's very significant to them in their life. Clothing for the engagement session is very important. First, I suggest that they do not dress out of character based on the location. Example, if we're going to the beach, I don't want them in a suit and a very formal dress. I usually encourage my clients to be themselves, be comfortable. Jeans is great, solid colors, long sleeve, long pants, nothing with logo. The importance of the clothing in an engagement shoot is because you want the eyes to go to the faces of your subjects and not subliminally get lost or caught up in patterns and logos and other things, bright colors. So they don't have to dress the same, but I usually suggest they complement each other, especially with most engagement shoots being outside. I suggest earth tones, your browns, your greens, your rusts, those type of thing. Blacks and whites are okay. I turn my engagement pictures usually within a week or two, and usually within a week. I think it's very important to get the images to the couples as fast as I can because they're excited about them. They want to show their family and friends. And sometimes I'll even pick 1 or 2 images from that session and send them a low-res file so that they can right away send something out on social media. There's a lot of things that people use the images for. Very popular now are save the date. They use them on their wedding websites and for social media, which is great for me as the photographer because now they'll start putting out their images and letting their friends and family see them. I also use the engagement shoot as a time to discuss more details about the wedding. We've spent an hour or so together. We've had a good time. Most people say, wow, that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. On the flip side of that is they get to see how I'm going to be on the wedding day, and it makes them feel even more comfortable. And again, one of my goals with doing the engagement shoot is I want to walk in on the wedding day and have them go, hi, Robert, and give me a hug, as opposed to, do you remember me? You hired me a year ago. I'm your photographer. So when I'm doing engagement shoot, the gear that I'm thinking about taking with me, first of all, is light. I want to be able to carry some stuff, but I don't want it to be too heavy because sometimes we'll go on long walks, which is really why I love some of the Sony cameras because the E-mount bodies now are light. I would take an A7R II. I love the A7R II for many reasons. It's high ISO capabilities. The back illuminated sensor is beautiful. I really like to utilize the A7R II, especially in those times where I'm not capturing a lot of images, hundreds and hundreds of images, and I want the ability to have a high ISO. I'll do engagement shoots at night sometimes and just use ambient lights. The other camera that I would bring would be the 6300 because of the high frame rate in that camera. And the other camera that I would have with me that I always try to keep with me no matter where I go, no matter what I'm doing, is the RX100 IV. Because that camera, even though it's a very powerful little camera and takes amazing, beautiful images, looks like a point and shoot. If I go someplace where I know security is going to walk over to me the second they see my camera, I just use the RX100 IV and I take pictures of my couples that way, and they don't say anything because they think it's a point and shoot. The lenses that I would choose to take with me, probably 3. So definitely the G Master 85-1.4. A 70-200 is a really great lens for an engagement shoot because you have a lot of versatility. I'll take the new G Master 70-200 2.8, and then my 35mm 1.4 Zeiss. So some of the features that I'll use on a Sony camera during an engagement shoot, first is the articulating screen. So I really love the ability to place the camera on the ground, flip the screen up, look down into that screen, and then I focus and I shoot. Another great feature, the focus peaking. Focus peaking, for those of you who don't know what that is wherever you focus, the camera will highlight where the focus is, and you can choose the color that you want, whether it's white, yellow, or red. And the other thing that focus peaking allows me to do is actually look, once I have it focused, but like look at my subjects and engage with them and watch for the expression and then shoot when I want. The other feature that I really love about my Sony cameras that Sony does so well, and when I first started shooting them I was just amazed by, is the EVF, the electronic viewfinder. It's a little bit different looking through an EVF viewfinder than a typical camera in that you're looking at live view all the time. And the benefit of that is that, one, when I'm adjusting my exposures, I see it change right in the viewfinder, right in front of me, so I don't have to like take a picture, look down, adjust, take a picture, look down, adjust. I can do it in real time right in front of me. And I can take a picture of my couple, I can see how they look, and it pops up in my eye, and I can see the image that I just took without my client knowing. So it's a little more fluid in the photography, so I can be making adjustments and working and changing without them knowing it at all. The other thing that I use almost all the time, no matter what I'm shooting, is the in-camera Wi-Fi. I can take an image off the card or off the camera, and via the Play Memories app, I Wi-Fi it right to my phone, and now I have it right there. I can send it out to social media. A lot of times during an engagement shoot, I'll just Wi-Fi an image to my phone, and then I show the couple. But I'll pick a choice image, maybe 2 at the end of the day, or maybe if it's really that great in the middle of it, send it to my camera and show it to them. And right away they're like, how did you do that? Photographing a wedding isn't like doing a shoot in the studio when you realize, oh my gosh, I forgot my media cards. What are you gonna do? You know, you're gonna be starting to shoot within minutes. So it's very important to make yourself a checklist or a reminder list before you leave the house. Do I have all these things? Do I have my media cards? Do I have my batteries? Do I have my battery chargers? Do I have that tripod plate? I think it's very important to establish a routine so that every time you leave the house, you have a checklist of everything that you need. I was in Cancun recently. We were shooting the rehearsal dinner, which was on a boat. So when I travel, I bring a camera bag, I bring a computer bag. Well, my media cards were in my computer bag and not in my camera bag. So when I got on the boat, I did not have my card case with me. So one of the things that I changed as a result of that is I keep extra media cards in my car. I keep extra media cards unopened in my bag. So should I forget to grab my card case that has all my media cards in it, I'm covered. In this video, you learned about capturing great engagement shots.